Hello friends, foes, other watchers on the internet. My name is Matt, you're watching Hogwa5h Gaming, and today we're going to be talking about the Cleveland Gaming Classic 2023 version. Yes, I went again, and it was awesome. I went last year, and it was awesome as well, but this time, they've made some changes, and I really like those changes, and I want to talk to you about those changes, and then I want to talk to you about some people I met there, and my general experience, and yes, I think you should go. First off, it's all on the same floor. That's a fantastic change that they've made, and I think they wanted to do that last year, but the Expo Center was being worked on, so they only had access to a certain amount of the Expo Center, which is fine. It worked great. Downstairs was a little noisy though because the ceilings are lower, but this year it's all upstairs and the ceilings are 30 feet high, and the sound doesn't ricochet back down. It just kind of goes up and creates a little bit of a buzz in the air, so it feels very alive, which is a huge improvement from last year. Secondly, I want to say that they have added a whole bunch, including making it 3 days long instead of 1 day long, which, I'll tell you what, for someone who works on Saturday, when it was just on Saturday, I had to rush home from work, get changed, and zoom on down to the Expo Center, and I was able to see some of the stuff, but this time I got to choose which day I wanted to go. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was more available on Sunday, so I went there on Sunday, and I was able to go for pretty much the whole day, and it was great. It was great because I wasn't in a rush trying to figure things out. I was able to stop and talk to vendors. I was able to stop and talk to game developers. That's a huge one. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And I was just able to enjoy the ambiance and the sights. And oh, if I could have gone 2 days, I would have. And maybe next year I'll go for Saturday as well. I had a couple friends go on Saturday and I missed out hanging out with them. Wish I could have gone for 2 days. But the one day that I went was great. It was family day. Sunday was family day. I'm not sure if it was family friendly because they had more family themed events going on, or if it was different on Saturday than it was on Sunday for aesthetically. I don't think anything that I interacted with was different. They had a kids zone in the middle of the area, and as far as I know, that was there the day before. It had a bouncy house, had a bouncy slide, and a bunch of toys and some video games in there for the kids. So, you know, if you got kids, they get in for free. They have gone for free. Last year, they were free. This year, under 10, totally free. So, if you're looking for a place to take your kids for a weekend in the middle of September, then let me suggest this place. I'm gonna keep selling this place, so just be ready for me ranting and raving about how great it is. But yeah, so they also had a symphony that played video game music, which was great. That was around 3 o'clock, I believe. And yeah, they had a whole bunch of events that honestly I didn't attend to because I was just trying to get to visit with people. Visit with a whole bunch of business contacts. Yes, if you want some information, I can share some information. We're going to be trying to get into contact with these people. I've talked to them about covering some of their games. One of them gave me a free game, so I will be talking about that in a future video very soon, because he's actually going to start up a Kickstarter for this one. It's a very small game, but I think it's fun. It's simple, and we'll give it a shot. I haven't opened it, so I haven't technically played the game, but I saw a demo and it was pretty cool. So yeah, we'll be talking about that one, and I made some contacts with other game designers, and we'll be talking about covering their games as well, which is something that I've been doing a lot this year, and it's worked out well. Yeah, so let me just talk about me getting there and what I did. So when I got there with my wife and my kid. it was after church, so we got some donuts and enjoyed some food. And then we went into the vendor world. And the vendors were very similar to last year. There were video game vendors, there were art vendors, there were a lot of toys being sold this time. But one thing that I did notice a lot of, and if I had brought lots of cash, I might have indulged, but lots of Legos. Lots of Lego sets. And not necessarily all of them were rare or anything like that, but yeah, there were some that I hadn't seen in a while. So, you know, if you're a Lego maniac like myself, you might be interested in going and seeing that. The sets go for some prices though, so just watch for that. A lot of people were there who had done some 3D printing, and some of it was gorgeous, and some of it was very utilitarian, and some of it I bought. And let me grab that. This is Beldor Studios, and they design their own minis, and they print them themselves. And I was sorely tempted many times. So this is one I got. Let me get the focus going. Yep, a little druid guy, kind of he might be a dryad of sorts. But yeah, this one, I liked him a lot. Kind of a banner kind of guy. Other one I got for pretty cheap because he was a misprint of some sort, but I couldn't see any flaws on him. So yeah, just a frog with a club. I like that. And then a teeny tiny little guy that I got for free for signing up to their newsletter or whatever. And yeah, little tiny frog. So yeah, a bunch of frogs and the Sprite, but they had all sorts of other things there. Don't let the frogs fool you. It's just what I was looking for and what I was feeling like spending money on, because I could have spent a lot of money there, and they knew it. Yeah, go check that out. I wonder if their business card has a little skew on the back. Does it? It does. Alright, so if you want to check out Beldor Studios, here is the code there. I don't know how you're gonna scan it if you're watching on your phone, but yeah. Yep, that's them. Go check them out. So yeah, they didn't have a lot of miniature vendors there. In fact, Beldor Studios was more with the game developer section of the expo, because yeah, I don't know, there were a lot of crafters there. There was one place they made a lot of stuff for dice and stuff out of wood, and really nice stuff. Alchemist Circle, boom, and there's their code. Enjoy. Yeah, another group that were sitting right next to the woodworking people were, it was this group, and this is kind of bent because I've been poring over it and it was in my back pocket and it was huge. This is the not the video game, the RPG. It's a superhero RPG called We Can Be Heroes. And let me tell you, the art on this stuff was great. They had little character sheets here. Well, not even character sheets, they're like tokens. You fold on these creases and it actually stands on its own, and it does pretty well for a character marker as you're moving it around the board. Yeah, I played this RPG. It was super fun. I played as this character, Night Shift, and Night Shift's abilities are phasing. Kind of Shadowcat and Nightcrawler kind of mixed together, which is like the ultimate X-Men mixture ever, so obviously I had to go with Night Shift. Yeah, we ran a scenario and we had a lot of fun. I got to show off my pun skills because I'm a dad, and no, we had a great time. We got to talk with these guys, and really cool group of guys. working on a really cool game, kind of 5e based. Very easy to pick up if you're very familiar with 5e. So yeah, if you're interested, here is the code for these folks. And it's a playtest right now. They're gonna try and sell this at some point, but those are the playtest rules there. And yeah, I think you'll enjoy it because I certainly did. Alright, back to my day. Alright, so, sorry, I went off on a huge tangent, but that's the thing is, I went through the vendors and then I went to the developers area and I met with all of these people with all of their cards. I made my purchases. It was fun. It was great. And some of the games that were developed there and being demoed were amazing. I didn't see half of them because half of them were all video games. And I was like, man, I would love to sit down and try a video game. I don't have time. I only have 5 hours here. But there was this one where the developers were making something like, I think Star Trek made something like this, but each person on their computer was a different part of a bridge team for a spaceship. And you were going on different missions, and you had the science officer, you had the fighter pilots, and they were their own ships flying around. You had the navigation, you had engineering, and they all were playing their own part of the ship, and they were all talking with each other to go on this mission, and I thought that was incredible. And I would have tried if I... Time. Same with the arcade. I saw the arcade. The arcade looked great. It had pinball machines. It had these pods that were virtual reality chambers where you were in a mech and you were just going, and as far as I know, you didn't have to pay. You just had to wait in line to have your turn. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I barely saw any of it because I just barely scratched the surface of what was available. There was a cosplay contest. I didn't see anything of. I saw the cosplayers. Amazing. There was a Starscream guy. There was a whole bunch of Halo costume guys, a bunch of Spartans, someone from Naruto, and I should know this guy's name, but I don't. But anyway, the cosplay was on point as far as I was concerned, and when my friend joined me, we just got to know people, and that's kind of the basic walk away that I had. I got a game. I got Mercenaries 2 for the 360. I had it before. It was my brother's, I think, and he took it because it's a fantastic game. Decent game. And yeah, when I saw it for $5, yes, I'm gonna get that. Next year, I'm gonna be taking a look for Dave Mirra's BMX game. The first one, I believe. It's the one with the wipeout mode, because that's the one that I had when I was in college, and then it disappeared. I don't know if I gave it to a friend, or maybe a friend gave it to me and then took it back. I can't remember. But yeah, that was something huge in my younger days that I would like to have on my shelf. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that would be pertinent. There was one thing that I found kind of funny, and that was the Welcome Center location. And the Welcome Center was kind of off to the side when you walked into the con, which was okay. You know, you'd sign in at the main gate, you'd come in, and then you would look to your right, and there was the gate that you could come in. But if you kept walking past the gate, you could walk right into the vendors, and you wouldn't have to go through the Welcome Center. And you could see the whole con and never stop at the Welcome Center. And that's kind of what I did. This poster, I didn't get this poster. My friend bought a t-shirt and was able to spin on a wheel, and he won the poster, and he's like, here, have a poster. So I have the poster, but I didn't buy it or anything like that. But I didn't even stop at the Welcome Center. And I think that's something that, you know, they even had like a posted guard at the Welcome Center, and I didn't have to walk past him at all because I just went around the gate. And I don't know if they were there to check IDs if you were like a vendor or something. I don't know, because it really didn't serve a purpose in that regard. So I don't know. That was one thing that I found weird about it. I'm definitely going next year. I'm definitely going to try to go Saturday and Sunday, just so I have more time and more chances to see stuff and do stuff and hang out with more friends. And yeah, I'm pretty happy that I went. Pretty happy that my friend went. I think this is something that if you've got a bunch of friends who are really into games, doesn't matter what kind of games, bring them along. This is a fun thing. So, that's all I've got. I'm rambling at this point, but thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Hogwash, over and out. Catch you later.